My name is IRDINA BINTI RIDZUAN. I will be presenting about Puan Atikah background and organization. Currently, she serves as head of the Counselling Unit Department under HEP at Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia. Under her guidance, there are psychology officers, one staff, and trainee counselors. One of her main achievements is establishing catharsis space at Usanika Level 5, a proper space for counseling session. Her career journey in UKM began in 2008 as psychology officer. In 2011, at only 26 years old, she was appointed as head of counseling unit. She served until 2017, and for temporary, she worked at BSN in Human Resource Department doing exit policy. From 2022, she returned back to UKM to continue to strengthen the counselling unit. As for the counselling unit, in the early years, the unit was small. At some point, merged with career unit and lacked proper space. Counselling session had to be held in shared facility, which made recognition difficult. However, since 2022, the unit has grown stronger. Catharsis Space now provide proper counselling rooms, meeting accreditation standard, which is the MQA requirement. The unit is structured, recognized, and firmly part of HEP. Being a leader from Puan Atikah perspective. Firstly is leadership is not authority and clear communication. Puan Atikah believes leadership is not about giving orders but working together with a team. She earned respect through fairness, empathy, and understand the task herself because she once did it and value clear instruction. She also encouraged feedback from her team to improve her communication and teamwork. Secondly is growth and opportunity. She sees leadership as continuous journey of growth. Through her role, she gained access to courses and seminars that strengthen her leadership skill. Also, she delegate tasks not to avoid responsibility, but to help her staff gain experience while she manage broader duty and guides the team. Lastly is collective achievement. For her, success is shared. She views achievement as belonging to the whole unit, showing that leadership is about shared responsibility. She believes progress is meaningful when colleagues grow together, gaining experience through delegate tasks and shared opportunities.
For my part, I'm covering Puan Atika's leadership style. First, democratic approach. Before make any decision, Puan Atika will have a discussion with her team and not force from the top down. Second, leading by example. She understands the actual workload before delegating. For example, she believes a chef must know how to cook before running the kitchen. Third, zero ego and open feedback. She treats her staff as equal and regularly asks her junior team for honest feedback to improve herself. Next, structure trust. She gives her team clear and specific role based on their strength and trusts them to work without micromanaging. Lastly, staying adaptive. She constantly updates her skills to keep up with younger generation and modern trends like AI. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Omar Alif, metric number A221987. So right now I want to talk about Panatika leadership skills. So Panatika have a few leadership skills. So one of her leadership skills are attentive listener. So what is attentive listener? Attentive listener is a person that listen with ear and heart and process all of the information deeply before responding. So other than that, she also is a practical insight. Practical insight handles tasks herself before guiding others and showing credibility to others. She also have a skill development focus. delegates to give staff opportunities to learn and grow. So, by doing a rotation schedule, this will develop the skill of the develop, development focus. So, for the last one, she also have a skill that will be supportive guidance. So, this skill will provide directions while ensuring colleagues feel included and respected among the others. That's all from me.
Hello, hi. It's Danial Hossain, metric number E221963, and on my section, I'll be talking about the conclusion. And from this presentation, what we can conclude is that Puan Siti Atikah Muhammad Mastam, has a core philosophy, which is leading with a soul. And what does it mean? Essentially, is that um, true leadership transcends to positional authority. It is an exercise in relational stewardship. And Puan Atikah demonstrates that leading with her soul means treating team members as genuine equals rather than subordinates. So there's three evidences of that. Is that first one being she walks the talk, which essentially she have deep understanding of staff workload, and second would be ego reduction. She's able to have the humility to ask for continuous feedback, with the end goal of continuous improvement and continuous growth. And the third being having mutual respect. She builds trust over organizational fear amongst her subordinates. And the next would be synthesis of advantages, right? So leadership provides unique gateways to professional and spiritual growth. For Puan Atika, the primary advantages are relational rather than just financial. Um, Her leadership gives access to skill building, and access to advanced charisma competition training, and her empowerment provides the ability to guide the next generation of leaders. That includes her deputy. And a second objective would be the resilience in emotional labor, whereby leadership in mental health humanizes the invisible burdens of the job, um, and absorbing community tragedies. For example, the psychological first aid for grieving families that she gave would probably result in vigorous trauma. um, how she copes with that is having the full cup strategy, to prevent burnout on her side. She utilizes strict personal boundaries, a strong family support system, and therapeutic hobbies such as scuba diving and swimming. Right. So then we move on to the next part, the final part, should I say. So in this section, we're going to explore the cat's skill domain, uh, and evidences from case study, and the actual impact on the counseling unit itself. So first one, we're gonna talk about this, the technical. So from the case study, we discovered that Puan Atika is registered counselor under the Act 580, which means that she's able to handle high risk suicide cases personally. And the impact on unit counseling is that she ensures clinical safety and provides a safety net for the junior staff and interns, which means that she'll be the one who undertakes the more severe cases, which includes suicidal or depression, mental health issues that could spiral into, God forbid, suicide. And second would be the human or interpersonal skills. And she demonstrates this by being active listener and empathetic, and putting self in others' shoes for the workload. So she puts herself in the shoes of others and in with regards to the workload. And the impact on the unit counseling is that she's able to eliminate micromanagement, and foster psychological safety within all the workforce in the counseling unit. And the third skill domain is the conceptual skill. Essentially, it's a strategic alignment with university MQA/SIRIM accreditation requirements, which she's very well versed of. And the impact of that is that she was able to establish the state of the art ruang catharsis facility, which she doesn't credit the success on herself, but rather a collective success in the with the end goal of serving all 45,000 UKM students. And that is it for the conclusion. Thank you.